This weekend's remote duel invitational sub-final qualifier, whatever you guys want to call it, was an event for the history books. And if you really enjoyed watching meta players get the old stick to them, this was the event for you. So make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out more excellent content. And let's dig on into this cool little breakdown for the remote duel breakdown from this weekend. Boy, oh boy, if you were a virtual world player or a Drytron player, this was not the event for you. Caesar walked on in to the event and said, you know what? Virtual world, I don't like you. No. We're going to hard counter the format. And we're going to play Gluru, all right? This isn't standard Guru. This is the entire bottle of glue stuck together Guru. So, 16 duelists entered the remote duel playoff qualifier thing. And top 4 walked away with Duel Link Dragons. So right now, they're putting prize cards on the line for players to get the chance to play for, which is very, very nice. All right, like, I'm extremely excited for that. Winner gets the King of Games title. Not quite sure what I'm supposed to do with that, but all right. So right now, competitive play is in full swing, and there are YCS prize cards involved right now. So if you're like, well, there's no YCSs, what am I supposed to do? There is a competitive circuit running right now, so it's just got to do some remote duels, comfort of your own home, and they're fully backing this up. So 16 players entered into the event this weekend, and top 4 was 2 virtual world, which poor Kamal losing that dice roll. He looked so heartbroken on stream. Like, I actually felt for him, man. Like, just watching True King of all Calamities on the other side of the field, I understand that, like, very fun dragon isn't very fun to play against, but the problem is like, man, that mirror match is so horrendous. Like, it comes down to, like, forbidden droplet and a trap card, because they can chain the trap card to destroy the VFD. It's an entire pile of, like, interactions. And then on the other side of the table, we have Drytron versus Subterror. And I was watching this matchup, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what is this? All right, and what we have on the screen right here for you guys is the actual beautiful picture from this match. Like, I actually felt what was going on here. It just, summon limit is just GG, and it was even more insane because we had frickin' Mask of Restrict on the field. All right, Mask of Restrict plus summon limit, and this poor man's just walking away from the table, man. Like, you imagine getting crushed in such a heartfelt match. Oh, man. So the winner of the event, of course, was Caesar, and we'll have his list here for you guys in a second. But Mask of frickin' Restrict, baby! All right? We did it! We brought Summon Limit, we brought Mask of Restrict. Drytron is not getting anywhere, alright? And, you know, 2 virtual world players and the Drytron players, you guys with your vanities and your True King of all Calamities, ha! Anti-meta got you for once, alright? So, oh man, it's so great when you finally get floodgated out. So, this was a redeeming event in the books for the major floodgate competitive players right now, because you got a taste of your own medicine in the form of Summon Limit and Mask of Restrict. Alright, like, hilarious. Mask of Restrict was the MVP for the Drytron matchup, and then the whole shenanigans with Summon Limit tearing through Virtual World was very, very hilarious. So congratulations to Caesar for locking it down with Dragoon, 3 back row pass. Subterror negates the deck, because it really goes to show that floodgates right now have a major chance in today's format, and it is absolutely hilarious when you get the chance to look at these decks. Now I'm going to pass it on over to me. We're going to look through Caesar's deck profile here, and we're going to talk about how great counterpicking the metagame actually is. Oh man, Subterror Dragoon. So the first thing I want to say here is was talking to Lund this morning, and Lund was like, man, Pot of Prosperity is just the best card in the game right now. Getting that full excavation just for trading in a couple of cards from your extra deck is absolutely insane. I was thinking about that. I was like, yeah, Prosperity's a really good card, man. Like, this is probably one of the best balanced cards they've made in a very long time. So, Caesar entered this format with what looks like a massive hodgepodge of craziness. All right? We have every sort of good floodgate in here to counteract the metagame. And the thing that caught me off guard, it wasn't Sum Limit, and it wasn't the Mask Restrict. This man actually had, like, Mask Restrict up, TC Boo, and he also had a Starlight Road backing it all up. And I was like, how good at this game do you have to be? Like, if your opponent lightning storms you, you're just going to Starlight Road them and be like, oh, here comes a free Stardust Dragon, and then you offer them the handshake, right? Like, at that point in the duel, you literally walk away from the table. So, the entire game plan, it looks like, for this deck was, we're sticking the entire glue bottle together, all right? All the good pieces of the puzzle, all right, little sugar spice and everything nice, and we got there. Now, Caesar's list here. So we have triple copies of Dimension Shifter. From what I watched, I did not see this come up for him. But I do believe that there were perfect scenarios that this would have actually wrecked. So it doesn't mean just because we didn't see it, it might not have actually applied in other matchups, though. So this is the one. I do agree that this is like super massive high impact at this point in time in the format, as opposed to something like an Ash Blossom or something like that. So the value in this card is amazing. And then we have triple copies of Fiendus. This is going to be your back burner sub-negate. This, and of course the Guru engine. You know how good the Guru is, right? Like, flip, add your Subterror monster, aka add your negate. And then as your little spice on the side here, you do get access to the Nemesis Archer. So at the start of the damage step, this card attacks an opponent's face-down defense position monster, and you control another Subterror card, you can shuffle that opponent's monster into the deck. If this card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect since the graveyard, you can special summon a Subterror monster from your deck in face-up or face-down defense position. Cool thing with this is it gets you immediate outs to take care of problem cards that you can set with Guru, and it also floats. Do not underestimate the floating capabilities of this stupid good card, though. And then we also have, of course, our boss monster, the one Dark Magician and the one Red Eyes. That way we can make the best card in our deck, Dark Dragoon. Now, some interesting sub-spells here. We have two interesting copies of Book of Moon. I do kind of see this either being like, a lot of people do push for a 3 of this. 2's a little bit more techy, I like that. 2 copies of Pot of Duality. It can be anything in your deck. The only downside to this one is you can't splash summon, which means you're not going to be able to, you know, glue up and go into Dragoon, but that's fine. We have the triple copies of Prosperity, of course, the best card in the deck. Triple copies of the Red Eyes Fusion. Now, do keep in mind that we're not going fancy. We're not playing the Insights or any of that stuff. I feel like playing Insights would kind of take away from some of the more generated trap cards that we want to draw. And by putting in that engine, we would bulk down the deck. We have the one Cave Clash. And I've seen so many people kind of pull away from this as of late. So all Subterror monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense for each set monster on the field. Once per turn, when a Subterror monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target a Subterror card in your graveyard, except for Cave Clash, and add it to your hand. So this actually gives you a continuous resource to recur back Fiendus's, Guru's, you know, Nemesis as well. And it does say Subterror card, by the way. Alright, so you can recur back your final battles if you want to start getting super cheesy on that. We have the one Terraforming, triple copies of Hidden City, nothing too major, and then 2 talents. 2 talents does seem to be about the number that you want to go. Trying to bulk down on 3, I feel like, is just a consistency nightmare. Then we have triple copies of Judgment, 2 copies of Strike, 2 of this seems fine, 2 Final Battle, we're not trying to play 3 of that. The best card in his, like, entire matchup was Summon Limit. You just flip this on your opponent. And the way it's ruled is it reads while it's face down. So once your opponent's committed the 2 summons, you flip it and they're like, what do I do? Alright, like, good luck. And then we have the 2 copies of TC Boo. Remember, Dragoon plus TC Boo is like GG to 90% of the meta. Extra deck here we have 2 Vertes, which actually comes up, 1 Link Kribo, 1 Megaclops, because we need lots of things to summon off Waking the Dragon, Boral Sword, 2 Ultimate Falcon, 2 Stardust, 1 Last Warrior, triple copies of Dark Dragoon, and the 2 copies of Invitational. Side deck is a little bit more basic. We have triple copies of Nibiru, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Ice Dragons, 2 copies of Mask of Restrict, 2 copies of Starlight Road, and triple copies of Waking of the Dragon, wrapping up Caesar's list. I look at these cards as a straight 2-up, by the way. 2 copies of Starlight Road. Such nice preferences to counter the metagame. So, I do want to say congratulations to Caesar for hard countering the metagame, baby. Alright, this is what happens when you go out and you get your best bottle of glue and you start putting together all of the pieces of the anti-meta puzzle. The Mask of Restricts, the Summon Limits, the TC Boost. Nobody wants to play against the metagame. No more than a dedicated anti-meta player. So I'm very happy to see this find success. So how much fun did you guys enjoy hearing about, seeing even the destruction of the metagame? So, I'm really happy to see that Dragoon was the one of the main carries of this too. Gotta protect the castle, right? So guys, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on more excellent content. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day for some more cool, awesome content. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.